There's nothing we can't do, and we're about to prove.
Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys for watching another video of mine. And today we are going to be taking a different approach. We're going to story time. I'm going to bring you guys to the point where I never was supposed to be meant to be a YouTuber. Again, my life was never geared towards, yeah, I'm gonna do YouTube. I never even thought about doing YouTube. And when I say YouTuber, I don't count that as my main job. That's not my main job. I do this for fun. It's a hobby. I love doing it. Again, of course, I'm a partner with YouTube, but I really do it out of, it's a passion. And it wasn't a passion of mine at the beginning, at a point in my life. It wasn't something that I did, and I was like, wow, this is something I want to do for, a long time, and it became a big priority in my life. So first, let me take you back to day one. Okay, when I started, before I even, knew about YouTube or was doing YouTube, I started playing sports at 7 years old. I started playing football. When I was 7 years old, played on a youth league, grew up, played all throughout my life, also wrestled. So yeah, my main thing was I was playing football, played every single position as a little kid, grew up, and again, I was continuously just working out and practicing on a football field all the time. And my parents were really, really focused on me playing sports, doing good in school. And I grew up, got older, played in junior high, played as one of the, a very, very high priority player. I'm not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I was playing on both sides of the field, and I was one of the captains for my junior high. So going into high school, as I was in junior high, I was looking at a lot of the high school football games that were going on. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go to high school because I had some coaches and stuff wanting to go to their certain high school, whether it be wrestling or football, because I was pretty good at either one. But yeah, so I went through middle school, and I ended up switching high schools right out of middle school. So before I actually went into high school, I got everything set up. We moved as a family over from Madison Heights to Hazel Park, Michigan. Okay, so we're moving to a total different school. I don't know anybody at the school. Well, I knew a few people, but I was never really, I didn't go any to elementary or middle school or anything like that at this school. So we make the move. We're moved over into this new area. There was a lot more opportunity over at this school. It still wasn't like your top school, but again, it was like it had more opportunity going here. So we move over in Hazel Park. I'm like, what in the world? I'm trying to make friends. But the football season always started before school started. We started practicing in the summer. We had 2 games before the summer, before school started. And okay, so we're two games in before I actually find out what team I'm going to go on, because there was only a JV team. There was no freshman team, and I was going right into 9th grade, so I had to play with the 10th graders. Practiced real hard. I made it on the starting team, and I'm playing on JV. By the end of the year, I ended up getting to play in the playoff game for a little bit of plays, not the whole game, but for my varsity team as a freshman. We move into sophomore year. I am leading on top of the JV team. We didn't have a lot of kids that season, so I stayed on JV and played that season out, had a good season. Football was really my passion. I wrestled, but football was where it was at.
There you go. There you go. Great fun.
I decided at a young age, this is something I want to do. I love football. I had such a passion for it that every single day I was pumped to go play football. So, and I knew getting into my junior year, I had some people looking at me going into junior year. I was a little behind.
Eric Ellis, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 52, Keith Bucholtz.
Was to get into college and play football. So I decided like as a junior, I'm like, man, that's something I want to do. I want to do this in college. And I ended up junior, kind of getting involved more with college teams and getting more involved with getting things through the mail. By senior year, our school was a small school, so not a lot of coaches were looking at it from other colleges. I get into my senior year, I end up, telling my coach I really want to do this, and he took along the way, he did his best to help and try and get me like the best opportunity. I mean, he brought coaches in from other colleges talking to me, and that was my big thing. I wanted to play so bad in college because after my junior year, I was really looked at as like an all-county linebacker for the next season. I was going to all these camps. I had one camp in specific that I wanted to excel in, and it was Wayne State University. It was a college that I was really committed to. I was planning on going there. D2 school, really good atmosphere. Went there, thousands of kids at this tryout. It's hard to outshine a lot of kids like that. Thousands of kids just across the world coming for the same opportunity you are. So yeah, I go to that. I get a little bit of feedback from the coaches. They say I'm not big enough and I'm not fast enough. I didn't run a fast enough 40-yard dash. So it's kind of discouraging. I'm sitting back. I'm like, okay. So they let me know when there's another tryout. So I'm getting throughout my senior year. I got a year pretty much until I have to try out again to make it on the team as like a walk-on. So I decide I'm gonna go get a gym membership. Planet Fitness. It's cheap. I need to get as big as I possibly can and as fast as I possibly can. I took a year to train and I did it. I got as big as I could. Not the best way. I was drinking like half a gallon of milk every day, blowing up, getting huge. Was not healthy. Was not the healthy kind of big you'd want to be. I overindulged. I was eating excessive amount of calories, like literally did not care. Infinite calories pretty much every single day. So we fast forward, we're getting closer to the tryout. So I've been working on speed, I've been on the track, I've been in the gym, really pushing up weight. I was probably pushing about 300 on the bench, but I was not healthy. I was about 200 pounds. So yeah, my coach is talking to me. He's like, the tryout's coming up. My parents talking to me. And it was a lot in my head, like, okay, this is a tryout. I tried out for other schools. I went to other schools. I literally went to and traveled around, state of Michigan, looking at different schools, whether it just be me or I had, my mom or dad with me. Every once in a while when they're free, but I went to some schools just by myself, and they were providing lunch. They were taking me in the locker room, showing me tons of different things about this school and really trying to get me on their team. But I had one in priority, so I get that second tryout. It's coming up. It's the day before. I'm really thinking about it. And I noticed something as I was getting closer to the tryout, or how long I was being dragged out until this tryout was coming up. I was losing my passion to play. I literally, like that day of, right in the morning, I think it was like 5 or 4 in the morning, I get a text from my mom. She said, "Are you going to tryouts?" And I text her back. I go, "No, I don't want to play football anymore." And that's where it really got cut off for me. I lost it. I did not want to play. I had taken that year and I sat up that whole night thinking about the work that went into getting there. So while I'm not playing anymore, I fell in love with working out. I fell in love with the process of trying to get where I wanted to be. The process of going to the gym, everything that built up to it. I loved the progression. And I did not want to play football no more. I fell in love with something else along the way. And for a lot of you guys that are going through certain situations in your life, you may think, oh man, my life's like a revolving door. I'm going through the same thing over and over again. There is going to be opportunities that are going to present themselves to you guys, and it may not look like the best at the time, but eventually it will probably open your eyes to being like, wow, I really enjoyed that. I really thought working out at first was like, oh man, this is kind of going to take me a long time to get to where I want to be, but I enjoyed every day that I got to go in and progress with this weight or that weight. So story goes on, I declined that right there. But before that, before even all of this, I had an actual offer. I had a few offers, but I had one in particular. The coach from South Dakota flew down here, wanted to talk to me. I got called down from my classroom into my coach's office. He showed me a tape. They're pretty much like, you know what, if you go to the school's nearly paid for. You're playing, you know, I want to play safety in college. So I went from linebacker to safety they wanted to put me at. And, you know, I was like, wow. I'm going to go South Dakota. You know, this is the way. And I kind of talked to it. I talked to myself about it, talked to my parents about it, and they're like, wow, that's really far. You know, I didn't see myself coming back, you know, to Michigan if I ever moved, or wherever they were going to be living. I was going to be stuck far away in South Dakota where it snows a lot. And I called the coach, declined that. So you guys can see, 2 opportunities I totally pushed away. At the time, you're thinking, Keith, this is your passion. This is what you want to do. I couldn't see myself doing anything else but playing football in college. I even, for Wayne State, before that tryout, I went on as an equipment boy, just taking the equipment, restocking it back there, and just doing what they needed done because I wanted any opportunity to get on that team. I was the person that was, you know, holding the dummy pads or holding, you know, put this football back, inflate these footballs. I was the person that took that role. And at the time, I literally came home some days and I was like, wow, I went from, you know, starting on a college team to being at the bottom. And it really, when I think back to that, that was really not a good way to say that. Anybody that kind of takes that opportunity, they are putting in work, they're doing their thing, and for myself, that was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I told my mom, I was like, you know what, I'm way better than this. And that, in my head, that's a very high ego thing that I should have looked at myself and been like, you know what, I got an opportunity to do this. Thank you for this opportunity just to be able to do what I'm doing, because not a lot of people get a chance to even do that, you know, become an equipment boy or do that kind of things. And I had the opportunity, and I was looking at it as like, I'm better than this, and I'm not. So we fast forward. I am again, this is about 6 months later after I declined the tryout, declined the team. I'm in college. So I'm starting college. I'm having this huge void in my life. I know I got a lot of schoolwork and stuff, but I miss sports. I miss, you know, what can I do that is really going to be even represent what I was doing before. You know, sports was taking up my time. I had such a strong passion for it. It made the time fly. So I sit down, I'm watching a few YouTube videos, and I come across people doing vlogs. I think I was just like, you know, I was looking at fitness videos, seeing a bunch of vlogs, seeing these people going around filming themselves, and we're talking to the camera in front of public, and I'm like, what in the world? These people are literally like documenting their life. They are showing other people what they do on the daily, and people are watching it, and you know what, they're having a blast on there. You know, they're videotaping their workouts. I mean, I was just looking up a tutorial, and I think like how to bench press, so I can go in my basement and, you know, do it. But I was looking up tutorials on how to do good form or things like that through fitness, and I ran across vlogs, and I ran across full days of eating. I ran across all that kind of stuff that they used to have, that they still have today. But I ran across there, and I'm like, why don't I start a channel? Why don't I start my own channel? So I literally sat there like, what in the world am I gonna do, and what am I gonna film? I got my phone, I'll use my phone. So I decided, you know what, grab my phone, let's do it. I'm gonna film my first video. What do I want to do though? I had to make it up on the spot, you know. So awkwardly I closed my door, decide no one's home, I'll talk to this camera real quick, see what it's like. And yeah, so I pull up the camera. I'm sitting there like, what in the world am I going to do a video? So, what's up guys? Keith coming too. And today this video is going to be about mindset. I choose a control mindset. I don't know why. It was something I learned in wrestling season, to focus on what you can control, because again, it helps with your nervousness. If you can focus on what you can control, it helps you have a little more confidence in the current situation that you're in. I do that video, I post it. It was like one of those people that constantly check like, hey, do anybody comment, anybody, you know? So I'm sitting back trying to look at that, and it's been about a month. I'm like, I should probably upload another video. And that's when I also had, at the same time, decided I want to do physique competing as a teen. And I go, okay, I will document the cutting series. That's where it all came from. The YouTube was something that was never meant for me to do. It was the situations that didn't happen that aligned me up with that situation. Like I said, my mindset was never, let's YouTube. Let's go do YouTube. I had been in a situation where I felt a void in my life from losing football, from losing sports, and going into college and having this like, hey, what in the world do I do? And for me to have declined that, for me to have done, made those decisions, I'm very, very glad I did. Because I would not be able to meet the people I met. I would not, if I would have been playing football, I would never have probably done a YouTube channel. I would have been so busy with school. I would have never had the time to find that video on vlogs and all that kind of different stuff to actually open up my life to that opportunity. So if you guys, again, like I said, if you're in a situation in your life where, man, everything feels like it's at a low, it doesn't have to be that way. I had to explore to find out things that I like to do. And, I say now today, if like things pop up where they're trying to take over me doing YouTube, I might have to put those things on a back burner and I know YouTube doesn't make me rich. I know it doesn't make me, but for me, I honestly, truly enjoy doing this. This is like talking to this camera and bringing it around with me and showing you guys and doing all this entertaining stuff is really, if I can put a smile on someone's face, I love doing it. And, again, like I said, YouTube doesn't make me rich. It's, a fun little hobby that I do. But could I see myself doing it the rest of my life? Yes. And I would still work at a job. If I worked 12 hours, I would still be doing YouTube. If I worked all day and night, I would still be doing YouTube. And that's because I found something in my life that I truly enjoy, guys. And just like you, if you are at a current situation in your life, share this video with someone that you know. If they feel depressed, if they feel like, my life is like, whoa, what can I do to help change it? What can I do to, make my life better? You gotta explore. I had to explore situations in my life where, I lost something. I lost a sport. And that's not to say, guys, sports do come to an end for a lot of people. And, when that Friday Night Lights, it's over, it's over. You gotta focus on, again, a career. I focused on, I'm still focusing on my career right now in school, but I also focus on building my channel, building the people that I interact with, building all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe with, subscribe with your friends, subscribe with someone you know that really is having that trouble in their life to be like, what should I do with the rest of my life? Because maybe if they explore right, they'll find the right thing, they'll find the passion that leads them each and every day. So, love you all. Catch you guys next time.
I closed my eyes, woke up and I saw my dream.